Somebody doesn't do something soon, you need to call the Domestic Violence Center and get somebody to come out. Sooner or later, something bad's going to happen.
This is Love Hurts. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for future content. 32-year-old Christina Abner Lled was smart, bubbly, kind, and friendly to everyone she met. She was always jovial and smiling. She definitely knew how to take a joke. She was a mother of 3 beautiful children, and she was an excellent mother, the type that would do anything for her family and kids. She was a strong woman. She always had things under control, or at least that's what it appeared from the outside looking in. Many thought she had the perfect life, but few knew the truth about Christina's situation. She was in an abusive marriage, and it was very much toxic. Christina was married to 35-year-old Keith Lee. He was the father of all 3 of her children. The two had been together for over 13 years. They met through Christina's older brother, who went to high school with Keith. It was an instant attraction when the two met. They hit it off almost immediately and became inseparable and started building a life together. Things were good for a while, but as time went on, issues started to arise. Family says the two fought all the time, and by 2023, police had responded multiple times to the couple's home, and Keith had racked up a pretty extensive rap sheet with charges that included possession of a controlled substance, leaving the scene of an accident, and harassment and battery against Christina and her family. I mean, clearly he was showing signs of being unhinged. And although Christina's family knew the couple could be a little volatile at times, no one could have possibly predicted the absolutely devastating events that took place. On December 15th of 2023, Houston police responded to an assault call and learned that a man identified as Keith Lee was reportedly assaulting his 11-year-old daughter and his 6-year-old son in the middle of the street. Officers said the 2 children ran to a neighbor's home for help. The oldest child reported that their father had shot their mother. The neighbor's Ring camera showed the children crying and begging for help. They were badly beaten and they had swollen eyes. In the video, Keith can be seen in the background on the roof of another neighbor's home. After the officers spoke with the children, they went to the children's home to investigate, and they found a 3-year-old boy, Keith's youngest son, suffering from severe injuries, but he was clinging to life. They also located Christina. She was deceased. She had died from apparent gunshot wounds. The paramedics, of course, rushed the children to the hospital, and court records indicate that the children's injuries included skull fractures, brain bleeds, and collapsed lungs. They also had bite marks on them. Like, what in the entire world? So obviously Keith was arrested at the scene, and he was charged with murder and 3 counts of injury to a child.
Breaking news about the death of a mother and the beatings of her 3 children, all allegedly committed by her husband, their father. This happened inside their South Union home yesterday. ABC 13's Shannon Ryan is live outside of police headquarters with new information she has tonight from the charging documents. Shannon?
Tom, this is just a horrific crime. Those documents state that Keith Lee shot and killed his wife and then beat their 3 children, pointing a gun at least one of them. We're told those injuries include a fractured skull, a brain hemorrhage, and a collapsed lung. Meanwhile, tonight, Lee is being charged with murder, 2 counts of seriously injuring a child, and 1 count of injuring a child. As a man of God, Brandon Abner says he's trying to live by what he preaches.
I can't say that I need to act in violence because I let the vengeance be with God.
Violence is what his 11-year-old niece and 6-year-old nephew ran from early Friday morning. Surveillance video shows them beaten and bloodied, asking a neighbor for help. When police arrived, they found their 3-year-old brother beaten unconscious and their mother, Brandon's little sister, Christina Abner, shot to death inside the family's Enyart Street home. Her husband, the children's father, Keith Lee, was up on a neighbor's roof.
I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy because day on and day out, I have to live with the fact that my sister is not going to be here.
Keith has been charged with the attack. Brandon says he and Christina initially connected because he and Keith were high school friends.
And anger will never bring my sister back, so it is what it is. I still forgive him, because that's the heart I gotta have.
In October, documents show Keith was arrested for harassing Christina. That charge was dismissed. In 2010, he was arrested for hitting her. He pleaded no contest and received deferred adjudication. Brandon tells us he knew the couple fought, but never expected anything like this.
If I can offer any advice to anybody, if it's such a bad thing, just step away.
Today he tells us he's trying to teach his children, his nieces and nephews, what love is.
And you don't have to be loved to death.
Brandon feels his nieces and nephews have lost both parents. He says he knows he and his wife will never be able to replace them.
We're not trying to replace them, so we're just going to do the best to give them the love that they need and do as much as we can as a family, because it's going to take us to be a unit to help everybody be okay.
That family will certainly be in our thoughts tonight. If you or a loved one are in an unsafe situation, you can contact the National Domestic Violence Hotline using the phone number you see on screen. Live in downtown Houston, Shannon Ryan, ABC 13, Eyewitness News.
This case is still ongoing, so we don't yet know the outcome for Keith, but my gosh, I don't even know if there's a punishment stiff enough. I mean, it's just unimaginable that he would do this to any child, especially his own children. As the case moves forward and into the criminal justice system, I'm interested to see exactly what we will uncover. I mean, were drugs involved? Was mental health involved? I just don't understand what would prompt a father to do this to his own children. It's just crazy, and there's no other way to put it. It's just absolutely crazy. My heart goes out to those beautiful babies and the entire family. But those babies, they will never heal from this. I mean, they basically lost both their parents in one night, and then they almost lost their own life. I mean, it's just horrible. If you are in a domestic abuse relationship, please create an out plan and use the quickest, safest way possible to leave. Once you are out, do not turn back. Turning back can cost you your life. As always, loves, stay safe. Don't forget to subscribe, thumbs up, and hit that notification bell for future content.